All right, let's talk about SAN Femi Falana versus the I think it's Polaris Bank. I'm going to read the headlines for you, and we'll take it from there. Falana withdraws suit challenging Polaris Bank sale. The Federal High Court in Lagos on Wednesday dismissed a suit filed by human rights lawyer Femi Falana SAN challenging the sale of Polaris Bank. Justice Louis Alagua dismissed the suit following an application filed by Falana, who was the plaintiff in the matter, seeking to discontinue the suit. Falana had filed a suit marked HCICS 87C23 against the Central Bank of Nigeria and Polaris Bank Nigeria Limited. In his originating summons, he asked the court to determine whether, by the provision of Section 42(2) of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020 and Public Procurement Act 2007, the CBN could validly sell Polaris Bank for 50 billion naira, having earlier revitalized same for 1.3 trillion naira. Otiyemi. Do you want me to stop?
Yeah. So, I mean, this, you see, what I respected them, man of law, our legal luminary, Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, is doing is nothing other than to make sure that Nigeria saves itself from individuals.
From self-destruction.
This is it. This is it. I mean, look at the imbalance there. Can you call this a fair transaction? I mean,
No, it's not. It looks like it's arm's length. Let's just print out some money and keep it into our pocket and call it something else, basically. That's what it sounds like.
This is an, I mean, in every conceivable way, a transaction you will not call equitable. Look at how much. So we have just thrown away over 1.1 over
1.3 trillion
naira right there.
Yeah. No, they were just nice.
Right there.
Chief. They were just being nice to the. They look at the orphanage that they sold it to and say, you are such. You guys are beautiful and you deserve. Let me sell it to you for banjo.
Let's imagine the Treasury Department in the U.S. after the Obama bailout of those banks. When Obama came in, having to sell it off like that. The government is there for that Christmas. This thing that Nigerian leaders do, left, right, and center. You say you have refurbished, you have done run maintenance on NNPCL, refineries belonging to NNPCL, and then you want to sell it for pittance. This is this. I'm sure. Let us be on the watch out. The media must maintain eternal vigilance about transactions like this. I'm sure as the NNPCL is now so eager, to sell off those refineries after they must have finished refurbishing them. This is the same kind of thing that may play out. Look at the underpricing of so many public legacy investments in Nigeria in the past. Is it NEPA? Is it NITEL? They were sold for pittance. I think that is what Femi Falana was trying to guard against. Quite tremendous in his part. You know, he's a man we all love. He's a champion, but sometimes too, he kisses up to people in authority, and then we begin to ask questions. But we understand.
So Chief, speaking of kissing up to people, right?
Yeah.
Let me read this part for you, okay? Falana informed the court that he was discontinuing the suit following the takeover of Polaris Bank by the federal government. At the resumed hearing of the matter on Wednesday, Falana announced on appearing for himself, while Augustine Okafor appeared for the CBN and Olabisi Makonjola. for Polaris Bank. According to him, the federal government, having found that the sale of the bank was illegal, had decided to take over the bank. Okay, now that is also still some form of transaction in my idea.
Oh yes,
And,
you cannot call that kissing up to the behind of the government in this situation. You're saying that, it's just that I'm saying, when I describe him as somebody who kisses up to them at times, because he sometimes is suspected of being too soft on APC. APC actors at times because of maybe his political leaning or sympathies. But that is not to say that I'm not describing this is our big brother.
This particular, right, I got you.
Yes, I'm not describing him as a sellout. Not at all. What I'm just saying is that he picks his fights. He picks his fight. In this case, the fight is no longer there. I mean,
it's no longer there.
They took the wind off his sail when they said, "Oh, this is a laughable, ludicrous, absurd, and irresponsible transaction that they would not continue with." So he decided to just dry his gun and pack it up. And the headline could be misleading. They said the court dismissed, but the man withdrew. He withdrew. It's not as if they dismissed the case just like
that. That's a good point. That's a good point.
The court decided to stand the matter down. Simple. Right. Yeah, that is what happened. And then, sensational headlines. And when people in the traditional media print, electronic, what have you, when they say, "Oh, the new media must be censored," it is those of us who use the platform of internet to practice our trade as journalists that must be censored and all that. Now, as an editor-in-chief, I'm calling out that title, that headline. That it's not a true. It is too sensational.
But in this clickbait world, you have to do what you have to do to get the attention.
Yeah, but
in order to deliver the message.
Shout out to them, they nail it. We are not in any way antagonistic of anybody, particularly our colleagues. They are doing a great job.
Yeah. All right, do me a favor, hit that like.
Thank you.
Yes, shout out to Baba Falana. Whose wife I found out the wife is a reverend. To us, everybody's a reverend in job. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, and follow. We'll be back in about 20 seconds.